Hello, everyone! I hope you are feeling curious and ready today, because in this episode, I want to talk about something that can change the way you learn English forever. I want to speak with you about the secret behind real progress in language learning. Something simple but powerful, something that most people hear about but never really use properly. Today, we are going to talk about consistency and why daily practice matters so much more than big plans that never happen. When we talk about being consistent, we mean doing something again and again, every day, even on days when you do not feel motivated. Consistency is not doing a lot one day and nothing for a long time after that. Consistency means showing up every single day and doing a little bit. In this episode, I will explain how this daily practice can completely change the way you speak English, the way you understand it, and the way you feel about it. So listen carefully, because this idea is simple but deep. Let us start with a clear explanation. Your brain learns when you repeat things many times. Real learning happens slowly, in small steps. When you hear a sentence again and again, your brain remembers it.
When you speak the same sentences many times, your mouth learns the sounds and the rhythm of English.
This is how your brain builds strong habits. This is why consistency matters. At first, speaking English may feel slow and difficult. You may stop and think before every word. You may translate everything in your head from your own language to English. That is normal, especially at the beginning. But when you practice every day, something changes. Your mouth learns what to say without so much thinking. You start to speak faster, more freely, and with confidence. This is what daily practice does. It turns slow, conscious effort into fast, natural language. Now, you might ask, what exactly does consistent practice do for you? First, it trains your brain to recognize patterns and remember vocabulary without effort. Second, it trains your mouth and tongue to form English sounds without pause. And third, it builds confidence. When you practice English every day, you start to believe in yourself. You start to feel less afraid to speak with real people, less afraid to make mistakes, and more willing to try. Confidence does not come from perfection. Confidence comes from showing up again and again. Remember this. A little practice every day is always better than a lot of practice once a month. Real improvement does not happen in one big moment. It happens in many small moments, step by step, day by day. Now, I know what you are thinking. You may be listening and wondering, but what should I actually do in those daily minutes of practice? You might worry that you need hours of study or complicated lessons. The truth is, you do not need that. You only need simple, effective actions that you can do every day. Let me give you 5 clear ways to practice English every day. You do not have to do all of them, but you can choose one or more. First, listen to English every day. This is very important. You can listen to a short podcast, a simple story, or a short conversation made for English learners. You do not need to understand everything. Just listen and try to catch some words or phrases. You can listen while walking, cleaning, making tea, or any time you have a few minutes. Listening trains your brain to recognize English sounds and helps you feel comfortable with real spoken English. Second, shadow a short sentence. Shadowing means you listen to one sentence and then you say it at the same time as the speaker. When you do this, you copy the speaker's pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. Shadowing is powerful because it connects your listening with speaking. Start with very short sentences. I am hungry. I want food. I need help. Please come and help. And repeat them slowly until you feel comfortable. This helps your mouth speak English more confidently and naturally. Third, read something short every day. Pick a simple story, a short article, or a part of a news item that matches your level. Read and focus on understanding the idea of each sentence. If you see a new word, try to guess its meaning from the sentence first. If the meaning is unclear, then check a dictionary, but do not stop too much. The goal of reading is to enjoy the language and see how sentences are built. Reading helps you notice new words, grammar, and expressions in real use. Fourth, write one short paragraph in English every day. You do not need to write a long essay. Just 3 to 5 sentences is enough. Write about your day, your plans, or how you feel. Writing helps you practice grammar and vocabulary, and it trains your brain to express thoughts in English. For example, you could write, "Today I woke up early. I went for a walk in the park. I listened to a short English lesson. It was sunny and peaceful." This simple writing practice makes your English skills stronger step by step. Fifth and finally, talk to yourself out loud in English. Yes, it may feel strange at first, but speaking out loud is one of the fastest ways to improve your fluency. You can talk about what you are doing, what you are thinking, or what you plan to do. For example, you might say, "I am cooking breakfast now. After that, I will practice English." Out loud speaking trains your brain and your mouth to think in English without translation. It makes speaking feel natural and comfortable, even if no one else is listening. Now, let us imagine what happens when you practice consistently for real. After just one day of daily practice, you may feel happy, proud, and motivated. You might have learned one new word or understood one sentence you could not before. These small achievements are important because they keep you moving forward. After 1 week of daily practice, your brain starts to become more comfortable with English sounds and patterns. You may begin to understand more without translating every word in your head. You may notice that you start to guess meanings from context. Sometimes your guesses may be wrong, and that is normal. Mistakes are not failures. They are proof that your brain is trying, learning, and growing. After 1 month of daily practice, real change happens. English feels familiar. Your vocabulary grows, you speak a bit more smoothly, and you understand more of what you hear. You do not need to check the dictionary every time. You begin to think in English sometimes, instead of always translating. And most importantly, your confidence grows. You start to say to yourself, I am learning. I can do this. I am improving, step by step. Of course, at the beginning, it is normal to feel shy, nervous, or afraid of mistakes. Every learner feels that. But every time you practice, you become a little stronger. You start to notice your progress, even if it is small. Real confidence does not come from perfection. It comes from effort, persistence, and courage to keep going. Now, let me share some tips to help you stay consistent. These ideas will make daily practice easy and more natural. First, use a calendar or checklist. Make a simple table with the days of the week. Write down what you did each day. For example, Monday, listened to a podcast. Tuesday, read a story. Wednesday, wrote sentences. When you see your progress on paper, you feel proud and motivated to continue. Second, set a timer for 10 or 15 minutes. Many people think they do not have time to practice, but almost everyone has 10 minutes. Set a timer on your phone and tell yourself you will practice for just 10 minutes. When the timer ends, you can stop. Often, you will feel so good that you choose to do a little more. This makes practice easy, not stressful. Third, choose the same time every day.
Make English practice part of your daily life, like brushing your teeth or making coffee.
Choose a time that works for you, whether it is morning, lunchtime, or before bed. When you practice at the same time every day, it becomes a habit, and good habits are hard to break. And here is one more important point. Make your practice enjoyable. Do not force yourself to study boring things. Choose topics you like. If you enjoy cooking, read simple English recipes. If you like travel, listen to short travel stories. If you love music, try singing a short song in English. Fun practice is easier to keep up every day. Also, keep your materials ready. Save a short podcast, open a story on your phone, and keep a notebook beside you. When everything is easy to find, it is easier to start practicing. My friend, consistency is like planting a tree. At first, you do not see big changes. You water it every day and wait. But months later, you look up and realize the tree has grown strong and beautiful. Your English will grow the same way. You water it with daily practice, and slowly it becomes stronger and more natural. So today, start with a simple plan. Listen to something in English. Read a bit. Write a few sentences. Speak out loud. Do this today and again tomorrow and again the day after. Small steps become big changes. You have the power to improve. Just keep going, keep practicing, and believe in your progress. You are on the right path.